First contact. The skies above White Pine Research Facility erupted into brilliant shades of violet and blue as Dr. Amara Chen stumbled backward, her eyes wide with disbelief. A massive object was hurtling toward Earth, leaving a trail of iridescent particles in its wake. "What in the world?" she whispered, clutching her tablet to her chest. The isolated quantum research facility nestled in the Colorado mountains was chosen specifically for its seclusion, far from curious eyes and light pollution, perfect for her groundbreaking work on quantum entanglement. The object crashed with a thunderous boom that shook the foundation of the lab, sending equipment crashing to the floor. Amara ducked beneath her workstation, heart pounding wildly against her ribcage. "Everyone okay?" she called out to her small team of researchers. "Fine, but what was that?" replied Marcus, her assistant, already pulling up exterior cameras. The monitors showed smoke rising from the forest, approximately 2 kilometers north. Amara's scientific curiosity immediately overpowered her fear. "I'm going to check it out," she announced, grabbing her emergency kit and jacket. "Dr. Chen, that's insane! We should call authorities," Marcus protested, but Amara was already heading toward the door. "And have military swoop in to claim whatever it is? Not until I see it first. This could be relevant to our research." The hike through the dense pine forest was treacherous, especially in the fading twilight. Amara's flashlight beam bounced off trees as she followed the path of destruction, broken branches and scorched earth. Eventually, she reached a small clearing where the forest floor had been transformed into a smoking crater. At its center rested what could only be described as a spacecraft, sleek with an organic quality, unlike any human design. Its surface seemed to pulse with subtle light patterns in various shades of blue and purple. Amara approached cautiously, her scientific mind racing with possibilities. A panel on the side of the craft suddenly slid open, releasing a hiss of pressurized air. She jumped back, nearly dropping her flashlight, as a figure emerged from within. Tall, elegantly proportioned, with skin the color of deep amethyst that seemed to shimmer beneath the moonlight. The being stumbled forward, clearly injured, falling to its knees. "Help," it said, in perfect English, shocking Amara into momentary stillness. "Please." Overcoming her astonishment, Amara rushed forward, catching the being as it collapsed. Its skin felt warm, slightly textured beneath her fingertips, not slick as she might have expected. The being's eyes opened, revealing irises of deep indigo with vertical pupils that adjusted to the darkness. "You're human," the being whispered, looking up at her with an expression of wonder and pain. "And you're obviously not, but you need medical attention. I'm Dr. Amara Chen. Can you tell me your name?" "Kale," the being responded, with difficulty. "Diplomatic envoy from Australis. I wasn't supposed to make contact this way." "Diplomatic envoy," Amara repeated, her mind reeling. "You came here on purpose?" Kale attempted to sit up, wincing as he did so. "Our worlds are aligned in the Cosmic Council. My mission was observation only until formal introductions could be arranged. But my ship was damaged passing through your asteroid field." Amara noticed a deep laceration across Kale's torso, oozing a silvery blue substance. "You're bleeding. We need to get you somewhere safe." "No authorities," Kale said, gripping her wrist with surprising strength. "My presence here, if discovered prematurely, could damage relations between our worlds." Amara hesitated, torn between protocol and the pleading in those alien eyes. Something about his gaze made her heart race in a way that had nothing to do with fear. "My research facility is private. I can treat you there and keep you hidden until we figure this out." As she helped Kale to his feet, supporting his weight against her side, she couldn't ignore the strange warmth that spread through her body at his touch, or the inexplicable feeling that this encounter was somehow meant to be. "Why are you helping me?" Kale asked, as they slowly made their way through the darkened forest. Amara shook her head. I'm not entirely sure, but something tells me this is bigger than both of us. Hidden connection. 3 days had passed since Amara secretly brought Kyle to the facility, hidden away in an unused storage room she'd converted into makeshift living quarters. His wounds were healing with remarkable speed thanks to a combination of her medical knowledge and strange compounds from his emergency kit. Your cellular regeneration is fascinating, Amara whispered, examining the nearly healed gash across his torso. At this rate, you'll be completely recovered within another day. Kai watched her with those intense, vertical-pupilled eyes. Your assistance has been invaluable, Dr. Chen. Please, call me Amara, she replied, looking up from her examination. Their eyes locked, and a curious sensation washed over her like a warm current flowing between them. Amara gasped, taking a step back. Did you feel that? She asked, heart racing. Kai nodded, his purple skin deepening in color around his cheeks. It happens sometimes between my people, but never with other species. This is unexpected. Before Amara could question him further, a sharp knock at the door sent her pulse skyrocketing. She motioned for Kyle to hide behind the partition she'd set up. Dr. Chen? A stern voice called out, as the door opened, revealing a tall man in a crisp black suit. Agent Dominic Reed, Special Division. I need to speak with you regarding the anomaly reported 3 nights ago. Amara forced a smile. Agent Reed, I wasn't expecting government officials. What can I help you with? Satellite imagery captured an unusual atmospheric disturbance directly above this area, and energy readings consistent with unknown technology. Your facility was closest to the event. We detected it as well, but our equipment readings suggested a meteorological phenomenon, perhaps ball lightning. We sent data to headquarters. Reed stepped further into the room, his gaze lingering on the partition. You've repurposed this storage room? For additional research space, quantum entanglement experiments require isolation from other electronic equipment. Behind the partition, Kai remained perfectly still, but Amara could somehow sense his tension, as if his emotions were bleeding into her consciousness. The feeling was disorienting, yet strangely intimate. I'll need access to your facility's surveillance footage and all data collected during the event, Reed said, his tone making it clear this wasn't a request. Of course, Amara replied, though most of our external cameras were affected by the electromagnetic disturbance, I'll have Marcus prepare everything for you. After escorting Reed to the main lab, Amara hurried back, finding Kyle emerging from hiding. His expression was troubled. That human is dangerous, he said quietly. He suspects. How could you know that? Amara asked. Kai hesitated. When we're in proximity, I can sense your emotions quite clearly, it seems. I can sense his, too, though less distinctly. It's similar to a connection my people call the resonance, though that typically occurs only between bondmates. You can read my emotions? Amara felt a flush of embarrassment, wondering what feelings he'd detected from her. Not thoughts, just emotional states, Kai explained, his voice softening. And you can sense mine, too, can't you? The connection appears mutual. Amara couldn't deny it. She'd been attributing the strange awareness to stress or imagination, but now recognized the foreign emotions mingling with her own whenever Kyle was near. Is this why you didn't want authorities involved, beyond diplomatic concerns? Kai nodded. The resonance is sacred to my people. If your government discovered this connection, I would be studied, dissected, in attempts to understand it. What does it mean? Amara asked, her scientific curiosity battling with a deeper, more personal interest. I don't know, Kai admitted, moving closer to her. This has never happened with a human before. As the distance between them decreased, the sensation intensified. The air seemed to vibrate with unseen energy. When Kai cautiously raised his hand to her cheek, Amara felt a jolt of electricity race through her body. Your heart rate increases when I'm near, he observed, his voice lower, as does mine. That's just basic biology, Amara whispered unconvincingly. Fight or flight response. Kai's lips curved into a smile. Is that what you're feeling? Flight? The intensity of his gaze made her breath catch. Something was happening between them, something that transcended biological differences and rational explanation. When Kai's fingers traced the outline of her jaw, Amara felt the touch echo throughout her entire body. We need to be careful, she said reluctantly, stepping back. Agent Reed will be watching me now, and whatever this connection is, we need to understand it. On Astralis, we have scientists too, but some things exist beyond scientific explanation. The universe has patterns we are only beginning to comprehend. A sudden commotion in the hallway broke the moment, voices approaching rapidly. Hide, Amara hissed, pushing Kyle toward the partition. As Agent Reed and two additional men in suits entered without knocking, Amara felt Kyle's alarm as clearly as her own. The connection between them was growing stronger, and if Reed discovered an alien being with whom she shared an inexplicable bond, both their worlds might never be the same again. Forbidden knowledge. Agent Reed's inspection lasted nearly 6 hours. His team combed through every inch of the facility except for the small storage room where Kyle remained hidden, protected by Amara's quick thinking and Marcus's unexpected assistance. They're gone, Amara announced, slipping back into the room after ensuring the agents had departed. But they've installed surveillance equipment at all entrances. We'll need to be extremely careful. Kyle emerged from his hiding place, his purple features tight with concern. Your colleague, Marcus, he knows about me. He saw me bringing medical supplies, Amara admitted. But he's loyal to science, not government. He's creating a loop in the security feed for this room. The tension in Kyle's shoulders eased slightly as he moved toward her. Their proximity immediately triggered that now familiar rush of sensation, the strange resonance between them growing stronger each day. I need to contact my people, Kyle said. My mission was to observe Earth's quantum physics advancements, specifically your work on entanglement, Dr. Chen. My work? Amara's eyes widened. Why? Kyle's expression grew serious. Because your theories are correct. Quantum entanglement isn't just a physical phenomenon. It's the foundation of consciousness itself, and the key to solving your planet's climate crisis. Amara sank into a chair, her mind reeling. That's exactly what I've been trying to prove, that consciousness itself might be quantum in nature. But how could your people know? Because we've already implemented the technology, Kyle explained, kneeling before her. Our world faced similar challenges centuries ago. We developed quantum resonance technology that harmonized our planet's systems, but it required a complete shift in understanding. He reached for her hand, and the moment their skin touched, images flooded Amara's mind. Crystalline cities powered by pulsing light, vast networks of consciousness working in harmony with planetary systems, technology that seemed to breathe and think. She pulled away, gasping. Was that telepathy? No, Kyle seemed equally shocked. That was memory transfer. It shouldn't be possible across species. The resonance between us is evolving. This technology, Amara whispered. It could save Earth. Yes, Kyle's face darkened. But my superiors forbid sharing it. The Cosmic Council believes humanity isn't ready. Your governments, your corporations would weaponize it. My mission was observation only, to determine if humans had evolved enough. And have we? Kyle's gaze softened. Some have. You have. The weight of his words hung between them. Amara felt the conflict within him through their connection, his duty battling with something deeper, something personal. What happens if you share this knowledge with me? She asked. Exile at best, execution at worst, Kyle replied without hesitation. But what happens if I don't? Might be worse. The destruction of your world. Amara moved closer, drawn by an impulse she couldn't explain. Their connection hummed between them, growing more insistent. "There must be another way," she whispered. "Perhaps." Kyle raised his hand to her face, his purple fingers contrasting against her skin. On Astralis, the resonance often begins between potential bondmates. It strengthens with proximity, emotional connection, and physical intimacy, Amara finished, feeling his meaning through their connection. Neither spoke for a long moment. The implications hung between them. When Kyle finally moved closer, Amara didn't pull away. His lips found hers tentatively at first, then with growing certainty. The effect was instantaneous. The connection between them exploded into something profound, overwhelming. Amara felt her consciousness expanding, touching his. Memories, emotions, knowledge flowed between them unfiltered. The kiss deepened, and with it, their connection. Images of Astralis, quantum formulas, secrets of consciousness itself, all poured into Amara's mind. When they finally separated, both were breathing heavily. Amara's hands trembled as she touched her lips. That was, she struggled to find words, imperceptible, Kyle finished, his purple skin flushed darker. Among my people, such a deep resonance takes years to develop. Why us? Why now? I don't know. But it feels right, Amara completed his thought, knowing he felt the same certainty. She moved toward him again, drawn by an irresistible pull. Their second kiss was deliberate, experimental. Both scientists testing a hypothesis, yet as their bodies pressed together, hypothesis gave way to instinct, to need. Their connection amplified every sensation, every touch. Kyle's hands traced patterns across her skin, leaving trails of tingling energy. Amara explored the unique texture of his purple skin, mapping differences and similarities with equal fascination. When their bodies finally joined, the resonance between them reached a new dimension. Their consciousness merged, showing Amara secrets of quantum reality that her equations had only hinted at, while showing Kyle the depth of human emotion unfiltered by Astralis mental disciplines. The universe seemed to contract to just this moment, this connection. Afterward, they lay entwined, Amara's head resting on Kyle's chest, listening to the slightly faster rhythm of his heartbeat. "What happens now?" she asked. "I've shared forbidden knowledge and discovered something even more forbidden. This connection between us. It changes everything." A sudden pounding on the door shattered the moment. Marcus's panicked voice called through. "Dr. Chen, they're back. Agent Reed has a warrant, and they're bringing detection equipment." Amara and Kyle exchanged an alarmed look. The decision point had arrived sooner than expected. What they'd discovered together could save Earth or destroy them both, and now they only had moments to decide which path to take.
Betrayal and truth. "You need to go now." Amara frantically gathered Kale's belongings as Marcus kept watch at the door. "There's a maintenance tunnel beneath the eastern wing. Follow it to the forest." Kale grasped her hands. "Come with me." "I'll create a diversion," she insisted, already feeling his reluctance through their connection. "I'll meet you at the crash site after." Their parting kiss sent another surge of knowledge between them, strengthening their bond. Before she could reconsider, Kale disappeared into the tunnel. Agent Reed burst into the lab moments later, his face triumphant. "Dr. Chen, your deception ends now. Our sensors detected non-human biological signatures." "My research is classified," Amara countered. "Your interference jeopardizes years of work." "Drop the act," Reed sneered, producing photographs. "Satellite imagery captured your midnight hike to the crash site. We know you're harboring an extraterrestrial." Amara felt cold dread. Whatever crashed was a meteorological phenomenon. Search everything, Reed ordered his team. The alien is still here. I can feel it. Those words struck Amara with horrifying clarity. Reed wasn't just an agent. He somehow sensed Kale through their connection. She had to escape, warn Kale. Using a momentary distraction, Amara slipped away, racing toward the forest. The bond with Kale pulled her like a compass. She found him at the crash site, attempting repairs. "They know," she gasped. "Reed has some kind of sensitivity. He can sense our connection." Kale's expression darkened. "Impossible, unless he's connected to the Astralis collective." "What does that mean?" "It means," came Reed's voice from behind them, "that your alien friend isn't the first to visit Earth." Reed stepped from the shadows, his appearance shifting. His skin rippled, revealing patches of purple beneath. "I am Sentinel Vex, tasked with preventing premature contact." "You're Astralis," Amara whispered. "And you've complicated everything." Vex advanced. "The resonance between you is forbidden. The Council monitors all such connections." Kale positioned himself protectively before Amara. The connection was spontaneous, unplanned. "Irrelevant," Vex replied. "You've shared forbidden knowledge. The human must be neutralized." Through their bond, Amara felt Kale's desperate plan forming. She braced herself as he lunged, activating his ship's remote systems. The craft hummed to life, shields expanding to include them both. "This bond cannot be broken," Kale declared as the ship's systems engaged. "It's a true quantum tether, only theoretical until now. Our consciousnesses are permanently entangled." Vex hesitated. "Impossible." "Scan us," Kale challenged. "See the truth." Vex produced a device that bathed them in blue light. His eyes widened. "By the Council, it's true. A quantum tether between species. The implications—" "Tell your Council," Amara spoke up. "Earth is ready for the knowledge Kale shared. We can save both our worlds." The ship began to rise. Vex made no move to stop them. "This changes everything," he said. "The Council must reconsider. Report to Astralis immediately. I will follow." As they ascended beyond Earth's atmosphere, Amara felt an overwhelming mixture of exhilaration and fear. Through their connection, Kale shared comfort and certainty. "What happens now?" she asked. "We present ourselves to the Council," he replied. "Our tether is unprecedented. It might change everything." Two worlds, one bond. The Astralis Council chamber was imposing, vast, crystalline structures that seemed to pulse with consciousness. 7 elder Astralis sat in a semicircle, their purple skin darker with age, their eyes filled with both wisdom and suspicion. "Diplomat Kale, you stand accused of violating our highest laws, sharing forbidden technology, and forming an unauthorized bond with a lesser species." Amara bristled at lesser species, but Kale squeezed her hand reassuringly. "Counselors, this human Dr. Amara Chen independently developed theories matching our quantum consciousness technology, and our bond, the quantum tether, formed spontaneously, indicating fundamental compatibility between our species." Murmurs rippled through the chamber. "Impossible," one counselor declared. "Yet the scans confirm it," another countered. "Our consciousness patterns are permanently entangled." The head counselor studied Amara. "Human, you now possess knowledge that could transform your world or destroy it. What would you do with it?" Through their connection, Kale urged honesty. Amara stepped forward. "I would share it carefully, systematically, with scientists committed to healing, not profit or power. Earth is dying, much as Astralis once was. We need this knowledge." "And if we refuse?" the counselor challenged. "Then you condemn a world that might one day be your greatest ally. Our quantum entanglement research independently mirrors yours. Doesn't that suggest our species are on parallel evolution paths?" Sentinel Vex unexpectedly spoke. "Counselors,
I've observed Earth for decades. Their potential matches their capacity for destruction, yet this spontaneous tether suggests the universe itself recognizes compatibility. The council deliberated in silence, communicating through their collective consciousness. Finally, the head counselor spoke. The quantum tether between you cannot be broken without destroying you both. This suggests a greater purpose we cannot ignore. Therefore, we propose a compromise. Diplomat Kale and Dr. Amara Chen will become our first interspecies ambassadors, establishing controlled knowledge exchange between our worlds. Relief flooded through their bond, Kale's joy mingling with Amara's. The path will not be easy, the counselor warned. Both our worlds harbor prejudice, fear. We'll face it together, Amara replied, intertwining her fingers with Kale's. 1 month later, they stood on a private beach on Earth, waves lapping at their feet. The first joint Astralis Earth research facility would break ground nearby the following day, the beginning of a careful alliance. "Are you ready for tomorrow?" Kale asked, watching the sunset reflect on the water. "No," Amara laughed, "but I don't think anyone could be ready to introduce two worlds." Through their tether, Kale shared his admiration, his love. Without words, Amara responded in kind, their consciousness dancing together across quantum reality. "When I crashed here, I thought it was the worst failure of my diplomatic career," Kale mused. "Instead, it was the universe's way of creating something unprecedented. A quantum entanglement of hearts," Amara whispered. As twilight deepened, they stood at the edge of two worlds connected by science, by purpose, and by a bond that transcended both. Their consciousness intertwined just as their fingers did, forming a bridge between stars that neither time nor space could sever. Together, they faced the coming dawn and all the possibilities it held for two worlds forever changed by a connection neither had thought possible.